What's going on, Jack?
Oh, okay. At the time of this recording, the presidential debate was last night.
Oh yeah,
Did you see any of that?
not at all.
Did you see any clips of it?
Nope. I'm all I found out the presidential debate happened this morning from my wife. She was like, I let you sleep peacefully, but that dude's fucking crazy.
Okay. Well, you
Yeah.
know what?
So
That's a very succinct.
real talk.
Yeah, like that's really all. I believe that's all the news channels did. Um, I did not watch it. I went to I went to dinner with some comedy family, and then rode with a friend of mine to a couple of his shows. One show he did was actually pushed up earlier so that it would end in time for the debates.
Oh, okay. Smart move.
Uh, and I'd done that show recently. It was packed last night, and I'm like, all these people are going to go upstairs and watch the debates.
Hmm.
I don't know if they did. I think they all, maybe they did, but I've definitely done shows. Or yeah, I've definitely done shows that were scheduled on debate nights,
Right.
and weirdly enough, they've been empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no one. I remember having to host a show during a vice presidential debate, and no one cares about that.
You would think.
Yeah, and so, um, yeah, I was like, "We'll end it I guess we'll end it early so people could watch?" And no one was in there, and then we finished the show, and then they turned on the debates, and people came out of the wood like, dropped in secretly from the ceiling to why I was like, "Where were you guys?"
Straight up.
Yeah,
Now I don't mess with the politic things. One, I've been in the room uh the last time Obama won
mhm.
and the first time Trump won at UCB. UCB
Okay.
used to host that show where like they would have mock like presidents, like the
Oh,
people would be like acting out the roles of the people that
yeah,
were
yeah.
running, and they would give live reports of
Mhm,
who won each state. And like, A, both of those rooms were packed.
mhm.
B, they weren't the only people doing that.
Right.
And like it was always like a emotional toll. Like I saw the room go through a roller coaster, what I mean, as each thing was announced. And then
Right.
on a separate time, Jess Solomon, my co-host for my live show, Sandwich,
Mhm.
she recorded her album on election day and planned it way ahead of time. And it wasn't like presidential, like it was like the local government roles,
Mhm.
and it like affected her turnout. And people were coming in for like midway through her set, and they're like, "Hey, sorry, we're big fans of yours. We bought tickets. We didn't know 2 months ago that this is when they elect the local
Right.
Congress or whatever." And like on top, and her like fan base is really like politically active on top of that. So like,
Right.
yeah, like I look. That's the literally like I don't even look up sports dates. I look. That's the only time I know what's going on politically if I'm planning like an album.
That's interesting. Also, one, uh I can't think of anyone else who would schedule an album taping on a election night than Jess Solomon.
Real talk.
That
She got a brand.
yeah, that smacks of her brand. And 2, w why would you do that?
Yo,
Only
I t
'cause if you know that your people are into politics the way you are into politics, I get why you would wanna do it, but also why would you do it for an album taping when you think of, like, no, people are probably they're it's an election night, so they're voting.
yeah.
So they're in line at 7:30.
I really think it was I don't think it was on purpose.
No, I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think in theory and speaking that out sounds like a great idea because 'cause you're thinking of recording during the, like, results,
Right.
but you forget the actual practical part, which is some people have to work until 5 or 6.
Mhm.
Polls close at 7. If they didn't get there early in the day, they're gonna go after work. which means they may be in line for a while, which means they may not be able to come to your like
Yeah, nah, it was wild.
mhm.
So she
That's
had, like,
very
one
funny.
taping where, like, literally, like, people were just, like, showing up during her set,
Oh,
'cause
okay.
the first taping, they're like, "Yeah, like, now we voting," you
Right,
know?
exactly.
You
That's
know what I
funny.
mean?
I would only schedule a late show, but then how can you do that? Because now everyone is
They
uh,
tired, they emotionally
yeah.
drained.
They
Yeah,
are
nah,
emotionally drained. Yeah, I
real talk.
definitely did a show, at some place, Over the 8. Uh, Pour one out for Over the 8. What a great look venue.
Yo,
I
real
love
talk.
Over the 8. But it was on the night of, Trump's, when Trump won.
Mm,
And, so, we're back there in a isolated little room. We have to walk through. People are having, like, what result parties in the main bar. And the vibe was one thing when we got there, and then we go in the room, we pull the curtain, we don't hear really anything. We do the show, we come out, vibe's a little different. Vibe's a little different. Um, I was like, "Oh, boy," and I remember walking by some tables and seeing some long faces and going, "Ugh, that don't look
yeah,
good." And then I, went to bed.
telling you, it was a
Yeah.
thing. Like, at UCB, they had this dude playing Trump, and, like,
Oh, Anthony?
yeah, and he was being like a supervillain, and it was hysterical.
Yes. You're
Like,
right.
sincerely, he was straight
Yeah,
up
he's great.
hysterical. But, like, he doesn't want Trump to actually win as a person.
No.
So, like, during the thing, he's like killing it. He's being real funny,
Mhm.
supervillain. But like after the show, like we saw sad Trump. Like we
Yeah.
like, he was he
Yes.
was still like at the bar just depressed with everybody else. And it was just trippy to see like, yo, you won, but like not you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Okay, so I will tell you briefly, and, troops correspondence, even though this show is called The War Report, you are aware that we rarely, dip into, like, political stories. We just make the mundane political. That's what we do.
Amen.
That's what
Amen.
we
Real
do.
talk.
But, I haven't watched the debate. I don't know if I will. I am now just taking in things like that in clip form,
Yeah.
you know? But I did watch a few clips before I, logged on this morning because I was trying last night while I was out, I was on Twitter trying to figure out what the jokes meant. And so, base
Not for political
no, no, no,
reasons.
I was just like, "What oh lord, what did someone say? Why is everyone saying this thing?" Um, I was with James Hamilton, and he was in a group chat, and we both were just, like, trying to using context clues to figure out what the fuck was going on. Um, but one thing that did definitely happen is, I guess they had been saying in the weeks leading up to this that what, uh, Kamala Harris would do would be maybe to bait Trump to get him to kinda go off on a tangent, and so you could see really how he moves. Um, and, which I'm like, "I don't even know if you gotta bait him.
Yeah.
I think you could just put a mic in front of him and say, 'Go,' and I think he will." But, at some point, she did say something about inviting everyone to go to Trump's rallies so that you can see how unhinged he sounds, and you can see people getting bored and leaving early.
Yo.
Yeah, yo, look, like, just with that blowout, just a silky blowout, just there, just like, "Yeah, I mean, go see his rallies, and you'll see." He's talking about windmills causing cancer and all this other stuff, and then you'll also see people leaving early because it's boring.
Yo.
His eyes did a thing, and he literally short circuited, and next thing you know, he's talking about how in Springfield people are assuming he's saying Springfield, Ohio, that immigrants are eating cats and dogs and pets.
Yeah, I didn't get I saw that like a few minutes ago.
There's nothing that led up to him where the only logical thing to say was, "Oh, yeah, well, immigrants are eating pets." There was no steps to getting to that point where your back's against the wall. That's the thing he said, um, and I'm like he he sounded wild, and he looked wild, and Kamala was looking at him like, "Oh, this poor man." I'm like, "Bitch, you
Yo.
did that." I mean, you didn't do that, but come on now. You said to his face, "Your rallies are boring and people are leaving, and you think he's not gonna come back with they're eating your animals?" It's a logical response from him. That's what happened.
I love that that's in the chamber.
Yeah,
He's
yes.
like, "Yo, just in case, Imma throw this eating pets thing out there," you know what I
Right,
mean?
and so, and right after he said that, one of the moderators was like, "Okay, well, we have checked with the, city manager of Springfield, Ohio, who's saying that there are no reports of any pets
Of
being
course.
eaten by any immigrants there." And Donald Trump's like, "But I saw it on TV." And I'm like, "Get this man to bed. Get
Yo,
him a warm Diet Coke and get him to bed." He
that
is
is wild work. Oh
Oh
my
my gosh.
goodness.
But I'm like, did we consider aren't there other Springfields?
Yeah, there's quite a few, real
You
talk.
know? I
There's
mean,
even the made up one from The Simpsons.
yeah, which I hope that's not what they're doing there. Um,
It's the only place I'm okay with them doing it, actually. The cartoon, yeah, you can eat your
Cause
pets
we
there.
know the next episode, those animals will be back, so and they only have, like, 5 immigrants anyway in that particular Springfield.
Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't that makes more sense because, like, uh, listen, I'm dead ass. All I knew, Gabby said it, like, we've changed the recording times of the
Mhm.
pod. So, like, you were getting just out of bed Gastor the last few weeks. Hey, so
Right.
I don't have the world. I don't know anything yet. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So I
great.
just heard Gabby yell that to me while prepping coffee,
Mhm.
and like she's doing it A to vent, but B she's trying to help me because
Right.
she knows I'm doing a topical news pod. So she's telling me that, and I'm like, huh? She's like, you'll see, and I'm like, okay.
You'll
Real talk. So like that's all I had on the way down the steps.
Oh,
And then like
wow.
I'm literally like like going through my phone, like, all right, I'll get into most of this later. Just want to make sure I didn't miss like a really important text. And
Mhm.
like that's the text I got from my kids. They were on the train. They're like, they eat cats and dogs, Dad? And I'm like, who what are we talking about? Like, I was so gone. And like when I read it, like Aiden will ask me some shit sometimes that I'm like, yo, I can't send you texts back. Like
Right.
whatever you are experiencing, you're gonna misunderstand and convolute a non-in-person response.
Yes,
So
yes. This needs the context of people. We need to
yeah,
be I need to look you in your face so that you can see all the micro movements my face is making as I explain or respond.
exactly, yo.
Yes.
So I'm like, but like understand that like I was scared when I hit record right now because I'm like, I think I'm leaving them out there for like 6 hours with maybe people eat cats and dogs. I don't know. Like, I don't know
No
what he's experiencing. I didn't know that this was the context,
Yes.
So I'm just like, I don't know what he's going through right now. I hope there's no peer pressure involved. And
Right.
like we'll talk when you get home. But
Yes, precisely, there's no peer pressure. If
yo,
anyone asks you to eat a cat or a dog, say no for now until we have our discussion.
exactly. Real
Yes.
I should have said that. Real talk. I
Oh
was
my
like, huh?
god.
We'll talk later. That's what I said. Oh my
Alright.
goodness. This
So let
dude
me find
disrupting life.
there was another wild thing that this man said that was so, um it was like, she being, Vice President Harris, wants to do transgender operations on, immigrants in prison or something like that. It was the wildest Mad Lib I'd ever heard.
Yo.
Like, I was just like, "I don't even my man, I didn't know it was like this. Who put those words together for you? Is that from the dome? What's wrong with your dome? How is that from the dome?"
Yo.
It
You know what would
was
be a fun game, Sha?
oh, no.
Real talk.
Mm.
Who said it? Donald Trump or Ghostface Killer? Yo.
For real?
Real talk.
Real talk? I think if we throw Trump, Ghostface I mean, I guess Action Bronson, he'd be saying nonsensical shit. I think you may have a good game there.
Real talk. That's a
'Cause,
good
I mean,
mix.
the way he said the way that he said it was just like, the ba 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 da ba 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 ba. I was like, "Oh, are these bars? Are these bars?"
I'm
It's
telling you.
nonsense. It's wild that this guy wants to run the country and that it's gotten so far that he's able to say this on television, considering what we've already been through with him, that no one has nipped any of this in the bud earlier is truly insane and very troubling and can keep me up at night if I choose to think about it. But
Right.
also, are these bars though? Yo, did he say a little something? What happened? Oh my god, I
I
need
don't
to
agree, but that's kind of hot. You know what I mean?
Oh
Oh
man.
man, yeah, that's all. That's all. That's the thing, yo. We've been misinterpreting this whole time.
Yeah,
Okay,
is that it? It's just
it's
yeah,
just
but doesn't Ghostface say doesn't he say didn't he say he had schizophrenia and the way that he worked through it was
yeah,
by right
real
he
talk. He came out and said that like a year or two ago in an interview that
yeah.
he had it. He was undiagnosed during most of the major album recordings that people know of him. All of the Enter the Woo period, the when he collabed with Ray and his whole first album.
Here it is. Illegal he's giving illegal aliens transgender operations in prison.
So she's saying Kamala wants to do that?
That's what Kamala wants to do. She wants to give illegal aliens in prison transgender operations.
Like no context? Why would she, like is she like excited? Like I don't understand.
Her face also, let's send a shout out to the muscles that manage to control themselves in her face. There was a lot of like, "What?" At times, she would hold her hand up to her chin, like she's resting her chin on her hands, or
Mhm.
just kinda like, "What is this motherfucker saying?" And at some point, she did say, "Blah, blah, blah, and this," like, with the hand, like, "And this," and then there was a beat, there was another beat, and then she said, "Former president," and I was like, "That is not what you wanted
Woo.
to say." And people are torn if she wanted to say this bitch
Real talk.
or this fool
Mm.
or this motherfucker because she's already gone on record as saying her favorite curse word is motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I'm going ladder. And like, yo, and
You
real
think
talk,
that's it? You think it would have been this motherfucker?
I'm deaf for this. I think it's a this motherfucker. That's why I'm
Mm.
voting.
I'm voting for this motherfucker.
Real talk.
Yeah,
I I gotta remind people, this is literally what women deal with in corporate America.
all the time.
All the time.
Just these blowhard idiot dudes who, when faced with a fact or they got to back up some crazy claim that they've made, they got to back it up. um they can huff and puff their way through it, but when it comes from a black woman, man, do people get defensive.
Yo. And everything about it is the same situation. He's a dude, he's in power because his pops. You know what I mean? He does wild emo shit and then he'll say that nah, I can't work with women, they too emotional.
Yeah, yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm telling you.
This
He
man got
goes,
mad because she said his rallies were boring.
yeah, real talk. Not even talking about your work, just you getting
Yeah,
emo.
yeah, you're not a good performer. Nobody wants to come see you, which is really the way to get him because he's ultimately an entertainer,
Hmm.
right? That's kind of what he also sees himself as.
Yeah. And if you don't think that people like this can run companies, he's literally been president. Okay.
Already.
Yeah, like he's
And
already won once.
and they're at a dead heat. I don't
Yeah.
understand. I don't understand how they're neck and neck in this race. They're
Who said
neck and neck, and this man talking about they eating your cats, they eating your dogs out here in Springfield. Watch yourself.
yo, at the very least, I hope he lost Springfield. Like, if
I
y'all
hope
both
so too.
fam, yo, like,
I hope every Springfield in the country is like, "I know he didn't just say,"
real talk, he called y'all out.
like,
Mm-mm.
I won't in solidarity of Springfieldians, I would not take that.
Yo, real talk, man. Put up a front. Don't let that dude speak for y'all like that.
Totally.
On all lanes, okay? The immigrants staying eating pets, and y'all ain't letting your pets be out there.
And I think this is based on apparently, there's some story out here about maybe in Springfield, uh, there's a Haitian population, and so there's some wild claim, I think, of Haitians being the immigrants that he's talking about, like, he didn't wanna say Haitian, so he said immigrants, um,
Ah,
but that is what
to my
that's
Sapa
not
said brothers
that's not that's ridiculous. That's not what they're doing.
at all.
Haitians. No. No, no, no.
I didn't even
Now,
know that was a stereotype.
it's not. I think it's just some bullshit. I
Yo,
think it's some bullshit. That's historically not been the right stereotype, right?
listen, I'm Dominican, okay? Like, I have a bunch of racist uncles,
Right.
okay? Real talk. I've heard all of them, all the
Yes.
stereotypes. This is
Right.
not one of them. They
This is
would
not okay,
real talk.
yeah,
All
you
my
know.
uncles would have been like, nah, they don't do that shit. And I'm like, that's just wild work.
Oh, wow.
What is wrong?
Okay, yeah, that felt new to me. I was like,
Yeah,
"I don't know, I dated a Haitian and, I don't remember that coming up."
at all. Real
No.
talk.
Mm-mm.
Nah, man.
Yeah,
Bugging out.
so
Uh, yeah. I can't see how you heard these things, how you watch this, and you vote
mhm.
for the dude. But it's gonna be a dead heat again.
I hope man, that's what makes me so sad, is that this and I think this is gonna be the only debate they have,
Yeah.
right? Um, because, ain't that much time really
And
left.
also, how do you prep for this? Like, if
I
you're
mean,
Kamala, like, I'm like, what do I do at this point? Like, do I like I don't I
yeah,
can't
how
have
many times
retorts?
does she have to go up against this guy? Like, let it happen in the papers or something, but, like, I feel like just that one should be enough for
Yeah.
you to be like, "Huh," because it's not about her competence at this point.
All right.
I mean, that was I think she had one hand tied behind her back on this.
Yeah.
So she was not pressed in any real fashion, I don't think,
Right.
because she's got this guy, and there was no audience. Um, and I think their mics were muted when they weren't speaking, um, that kind of thing. Uh, but he got to talk. He got more time, speaking time, when they tallied everything up. He just kind of got to ramble more than she did. But he's nuttier, so of course he is just going to talk and talk and talk, and it's going to be hard to shut him up because who wants to? Who wants to? He needs to say his piece. No, he don't. Cut his mic off.
Real talk.
You don't know how to do a full blackout if someone runs the light?
That's it.
See, I'm saying have a real strict comedy show producer behind those moderators. If
Real
I gotta
talk.
wave my phone in a minute, we about to cut your mic.
Real talk. You getting the light hard, my G.
You a
Okay.
hard light. I'm sending out Sandman Sims. He is about
Real talk. Okay. And take him to Alchemist Studio. I do want to hear this over rhymes. I
yeah,
want some beat.
yeah. Like let's pluck out the things because yeah, for sure. Like
There's an
it's
album in there somewhere.
I just can't. Like, I just kept reading that phrase, and I'm like, "What is he what are they talking about?" And then I saw a clip of him say it, and her face was like, "What?" And my face was like, "Huh?" I how did you string those words together? But he did it.
Oh man, real talk, man.
He did it. I did not thank you for bringing the possibility of those being bars to me because I don't know if I would have seen it.
You never know where you're gonna find art. Okay,
Yeah,
real talk.
there's ghost faces all around you. There's ghost face in the flowers. There's ghost
real
face in
talk.
a puddle. There's ghost face in the garbled sound of someone on the train trying to tell you what's happening and why you're not moving.
Oh man, Yo, real talk, that's how I'm moving forward in life now, though. Real
There's
talk.
Ghostface poetry everywhere.
Yo, low key, yo, you just changed my life, shot right now. That's it.
So, don't
Real
thank
talk.
me, thank Ghostface.
Real talk. Thank you, Ghostface. Okay. Whole new worldview just happened right now, right this instant, B.
I think that's our title. I think that's our title. Don't thank me, thank Ghostface. I think that's it.
Let's get into the news.
Yeah, actual news. None of this wackiness.
Kicking us off, we got Xavier Badubar, aka the Chiefs alcoholic,
What?
the Chiefs aholic, pardon me.
Not chief alcoholic. I mean, shit. Maybe. Keep reading. Maybe.
Oh man, he gets 17 years for robberies. That's right. Chief superfan Xavier Badubar was sentenced to 17 and a half years in prison without parole and 3 years of supervised release on Thursday after committing a string of armed robberies across the U.S. Badubar, widely known as Chief Saholic, entered a plea deal in February in which he admitted to stealing more than $800,000 in 11 robberies across 7 states and laundering the proceeds through casinos. He pleaded guilty to 1 count of bank robbery, 1 count
What?
of money laundering, and 1 count of transporting stolen property across state lines. Dressed head to toe as a gray wolf, Badubar, 30, became a staple at Chiefs games for years and was adored by fans at Arrowhead Stadium and on social media, where he crafted a persona of a hardworking, generous bachelor. In court documents filed last week, prosecutors said Badubar was able to attend Chiefs games and grow the Chiefsaholic persona because of his 16-month robbery spree, which began in March of 2022. Wearing a yellow prison jumpsuit and handcuffs during his sentencing, Badubar apologized to his victims, to Kansas City, which he called his home, to his mother and brother, and as he left the courtroom, he blew them a kiss. It's
Wait,
not
wait,
an
wait. Hold on. I just want to make sure I have this correct. He is not the official mascot of the
not at
Kansas
all.
Chiefs. He's
Nope.
just a super fan who dresses up like a gray wolf and calls himself the Chiefsaholic.
Yup.
And in order to maintain that lifestyle as the Chiefaholic, he stole more than $800,000 in robberies and then laundered it through casinos.
Yup.
Okay. So the first clue is when someone who's not hired by the company decides to be the mascot of the company,
Yeah. Usually a
right?
sign. Usually a
Usually a
sign.
sign like, slow down, sir. Chief and then when the name of their mascot ends in aholic, maybe that's not who you want on your team, officially or unofficially. Maybe we don't want, you know, anything aholic.
At all. No one wants that involved.
Also, what does a wolf have to do you know what, honestly? I don't
Real
even wanna
talk.
get into the mascot conversation because,
Yeah, they're one of the last people holding on.
hey, look here, man. I'm from the land of the Atlanta Braves, and I don't know if they may end up being worse than they
Real talk.
were when
Braves is
the
out here with the
when the
chants and everything.
country paid attention to them in '92. They may end up being worse.
They
Uh,
leaned in.
so yeah, they really kinda did, but, I know you want me to get started on the Braves, I will not.
I will give you all the rope on that
I
shot.
know, yeah,
I'll be like, oh,
I'm not doing it. It's
real talk.
we've heard my grievances.
See, and that's why she's not Trump. You see the difference? Okay.
Uh, but please believe, as being from a town where they did have their official mascot was, at one time, Chief Nakahoma.
Yo, real talk.
Is
Like that's on baseball cards for the rest of my
yeah,
life, yo.
Chief Nakahoma. So we yeah. Like, that's what they decided. You can decide, the house can decide, "Yeah, let's go with a don't have another dude come in and just be like, "I'm a fan, but I'm gonna dress up and then I'm just gonna make appearances." Like, what is happening?
Mm-mm.
That's weird. That's
Bro.
weird.
Yo, but he did have people confused that like he was the official dude, but he's not. He is not the guy. There is a there is a wolf that is a mascot though.
Oh, for the Chiefs?
Yeah, KC Wolf.
Oh, for
But he
Casey.
looks admittedly to me, he's always looked more mousy to me.
He looks like a mouse?
Yeah, I thought he was a mouse, but like, I mean, I know he's a wolf by name, but I thought it was like, like how like a regular person's name could be Wolf, and they're
Oh,
not
I
actually
see.
wolves.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what I mean?
he's a cuddly wolf.
Yeah, I thought he was a mouse who like his
Well, that's
family name is Wolf.
worse. Okay, that's worse. That's stolen valor. This
Yeah,
guy's gonna come in as Chiefaholic dressed as a wolf when they already got a wolf. They got
they
Casey Wolf.
yeah they got their own wolf. Real
Is
talk.
is this supposed to be a male? Oh, he does Elvis. Okay, I'm looking on the site now to see what it is that Casey Wolf does. Um, oh, wow, yo, he does look very much like a mouse.
Right? I'm not bugging, right?
No, you're not. No, no, he looks like a little bit like a car. Also, he's very hippie.
Yeah, real talk.
He's got birth and hips. That's why you may wanna make him non-binary, guys. I don't know how y'all swing over there in Kansas City, but you might wanna consider
Real
a they
talk.
them with these hips. Wow.
Oh man.
Well, you know what? I feel like now is a good time, to just kind of mention out of the blue since we are talking mascots, the New York Liberty, WNBA
Yeah.
team, the New York Liberty, their mascot, Ellie.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Ellie?
No, no.
Gastor, you gotta get familiar with Ellie.
Really?
Their mascot, Ellie is an elephant.
Okay.
Um, this bitch, first off, this bitch uses her tail like a high ponytail. So
Okay.
she's swinging that bitch around when she's voguing. She twerks on people and not like a cute little ha ha ha. This bitch, I'm like, does she have a garter on to collect dollars? Ellie
Okay.
is the livest mascot, the livest
Yo.
mascot. Please look her up. Everyone, if you're not familiar, you need to get familiar with Ellie. Ellie came out on stage with Sierra when Sierra opened for Missy Elliott and they played at
Yo.
Barclay Center. Ellie came out on stage and danced with Sierra,
That's real.
like, and held her own. I don't
That's
know.
what's up.
Yeah, like it's wild. Ellie has a Birkin, I think. Ellie has a Birkin bag. Like Ellie is a lot. Anywho,
But you
yeah.
know what?
Hmm.
I just clicked on her profile. I'm sold, and I'll tell
You
you
need
why.
I mean, especially yeah, you need to get with it because Ellie is a star. Ellie is a star.
Yo, I'm sold because you gotta earn shit in life, okay? Real
Okay.
talk, and you gotta keep shit. And this is the second line that says like Ellie. Oh, first line, Ellie, New York Liberty's mascot. Ellie was introduced in 2021.
Mhm.
She replaced the Liberty's previous mascot, Maddie the dog. There is an unemployed mascot
And
because of
see
Ellie.
if
That's real.
if Chiefaholic was an unemployed mascot looking for a way,
Yeah, I kind of
maybe
rock
I
with that.
understand that.
Yeah,
But if you're just a super fan, there are unemployed mascots out there,
real talk.
like, working in toll booths,
Yo, just waiting for their time. You know what I
waiting
mean?
to come back. And you're gonna come in here and you're gonna sully the mascot game.
Yo,
Chiefaholic. Anywho,
slacker.
yeah, no, Maddie the dog. Yeah, that's not
Yo,
gonna
real
work.
talk.
No, Ellie the elephant. That
Ellie
bitch
Ellie earned
serves
hers, yo.
she goes like to away games. Like she is the top mascot, I think, to beat out of a lot of them. I don't see the Philly fanatic dropping nothing. Like, I'm sorry, it is Ellie and then Gritty. And I mean, I don't know if I put anything above Gritty. Gritty is pure id, but I mean,
Oh
Ellie,
man.
they are neck and neck in my world right now.
Oh Oh man, I'm so yo. Real talk though, I'm telling y'all, I might start a Maddie the mascot Twitter handle and just post like out of work mascot life.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I love everything about this. Yo, real talk, yo, you deserve all 17 of those years for
Yeah, you sure
shitty
do.
branding. Real talk.
You leave KC Wolf out of it. KC
Real
Wolf
talk.
just trying to work.
In other news, Jay-Z explains why Kendrick Lamar was chosen to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. That's right.
Can we first just take a moment and talk about how Kendrick Lamar is going to do the Super Bowl out of hate?
Yo,
Hate.
real talk.
Look, for those of
Spite
us
halftime show, baby.
who are haters, and I count myself, what a move.
I'm excited.
What a guy. I
Real
know.
talk.
'Cause I mean, like, there's no way you gotta my man, you he literally could just do Not Like Us like he did it at that show
Bro,
3
yo,
times in a row.
yo. I enjoy Drake's music. I am a hater first.
Right,
Real
I'm always
talk.
yeah.
Way before I like Drake's songs, I was hating people. So I
Yes.
get to watch this dude. This is peak hate. I'm
This
trying to
is
think if I've seen
peak
hate
hate.
more than
I
this.
mean, this is so much like, wow, this is so much hate. And I mean,
Yo,
it's no secret that I have never liked Drake. So I truly am like rolling it, luxuriating in this. This is so
whoa.
fantastic. But I mean, just from
The rollout, the ad,
y- y-
everything about it is
yeah.
beautiful.
I mean, my goodness. And I mean, you got to be in talks for a while, right? Don't you?
I assume, I don't know. I feel like there's certain things that like I think in the moment they kind of realize, yeah, we got to get this guy, and I think things happen. I feel like I
Yeah.
don't know. I really think he created a moment, and
And
it
folks
was
are
a
like, we got
reminder
to
of like, oh yeah, this guy's really done a lot.
Yeah, because
And
I mean, he was part of the whole West Coast one, right?
yeah,
The Super Bowl, and his section was, I mean, very Kendrick. Kendrick has a real, uh, militaristic view on how he likes to do his shows,
yeah,
which is, visually arresting because, militaries when they are marching around, they're trying to show how strong they are and
yeah,
really, so like it looks great, especially on a field. That's just marching band shit,
yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Um, but like, what you're
Yo,
gonna
real
do?
talk.
You're gonna have whatever stadium. Where is it supposed to be in New
And
Orleans?
that's the controversy of the pick. It's gonna be in New Orleans.
Everyone needs to calm down. Like, here's why, because everyone I did see, and we hadn't even read this article, but I'm sure it'll explain it. And I
Yeah,
know everyone is like, "How you gonna do that? It's in New Orleans. How you not gonna have Lil Wayne? That doesn't make any
right.
sense." Blah 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 blah. And then other people like, "How could they? They've never made a mistake like this before. This is ridiculous. How?" And I'm just like, did we forget like a few years ago when it was in Atlanta and the performer was Maroon 5? Did we forget that? Did we
Real
forget
talk.
that it was Maroon 5? Which, look, I'm not knocking Maroon 5.
Yo, I'm a
There's
fan
a
of Maroon 5.
there's a place for them, and
Yeah,
their first and I as I will always say, I was a fan of Maroon 5 when they before they became Maroon 5 and they were Karis Flowers. It's
oh,
it's a problem. And that first album, Songs About Jane,
yeah.
the whole that's something the whole country can stand up and get behind.
That shit hard.
It's
Yo, real
hard.
talk.
So, that's it. But they were like, "How is Maroon 5 gonna play?" And I'm like, "Calm down. Watch the Maroon 5 thing. They'll bring up people. They always bring up people." You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Other
Yo,
people always come through and
especially
perform,
Kendrick. Kendrick is a
especially
historian
Kendrick.
who has constantly shown respect to the culture.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna understand where he is, and he's
Yep.
gonna bring out people that like are relevant to that city. I'm completely confident he's
Yeah.
gonna show
I was
love
like,
to New Orleans.
this'll be great. And
Yeah,
I don't think they have anything to worry about. I think that he'll put together a show that will include, um, a lot of elements of New Orleans. I
yeah.
mean, let me tell you something. A first line version of Not Like Us, that shit would knock me on my ass.
Real
That would
talk.
be great. to
Real talk.
walk through the streets waving a handkerchief with a real jaunty, not like us? Come on. Come
Have like
on.
have every HBCU band like playing that
Yeah,
shit.
come on. It'll be
It's
it
gonna
I
be
mean,
beautiful.
yeah, so I think everyone should just calm down about it, but also the idea of that whole stadium being full of people screaming A
Yo,
minor
real talk.
is insane.
Like grandmas are gonna be saying that shit,
I
yo.
mean,
That's gonna be wild work.
I can't.
Mm-mm.
Wow. What a
Yo, not
year.
even that. Knowing that like 150 million people are gonna be saying it at home.
At home.
Yo, all in sync. Yo,
Th
that's a and he's gonna be in another country hearing that.
Yeah,
Like he's
I
gonna
don't
hear
even
that from
yeah.
below.
Yeah, he's literally gonna hear. He's gonna be standing on the edge of that building that he's sitting on, and he's just gonna hear the whole country below to
Real
the
talk.
south
They gonna sing
screaming.
that candle straight, okay?
I
Real talk.
wonder if when he closes his eyes, he just hears A minor. Oh my god. Look, I'm not saying check on Drake, but I'm saying check on Drake.
Real talk, yo. He living nightmares right now,
That's
for real.
so funny because didn't Drake just release that thing? And
He
we
did
were
a
like,
he did a second 100 gig drop recently. So
a
like he
second? So now there are 200 gigs
there's
of him?
200 gigs of like content. Like he's put out background videos, BTS shots, a couple of songs. It has been the one thing people are speaking positively on, just because it's been interesting to see the work that went into
Right,
some of the
sure.
stuff.
Look,
But
I enjoy a good music documentary that explains how they came up with what they came up with.
yeah,
I'll watch that about anyone, whether it
real talk.
like,
I
sure,
I
but
haven't seen much. I'm gonna watch all of that shit in like 10 years.
yes, exactly. Not
Real
right
talk.
now.
Right
Not right
now is
now.
yeah,
We
real
hate you
talk.
right now, baby.
Yeah. I can't
Yeah.
see none of that shit with like tinted glasses right now. All of it just look like this is stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't believe my
I
man,
need the nostalgia back.
you dropped 200 gigs and my man came back with halftime at the Super Bowl. Like,
Real
that's
talk.
that's
Over.
why we told you you should wait. When are you
Yo,
gonna listen to us, Drake? We are
come on.
telling you what to do.
Dropping gems for you, bro.
We are
Come on, B.
really trying to help you, and I don't even like you, and I don't want you to go out like this, buddy. No
You
one
know?
deserves this. I feel like the person in The Simpsons who's like, "Stop, Kick, he's dead already. He's already dead."
Throw the
Like,
damn towel.
throw the tile, as Tyrese would say, "Throw in the tile."
You know who would listen to us? Maroon 5. Okay.
Yeah.
They would have
Yeah, if there's
listened.
anything Maroon 5's gonna do, they're gonna listen to a black woman. They're gonna throw a black woman on. They're gonna throw some woman on the song.
Oh man. Yo, real talk. The one of the few times I ever felt like a little girl at heart
Mhm.
was watching the Maroon 5 video for Sugar and like wishing that was my wedding. I was like, this is so beautiful. I
If
wish
they
that shit
came
happened.
through and disrupted your wedding,
Real talk. If they interrupted my wedding singing, yo, I'd be so emo.
I
And it
mean,
ain't even my group like that, but I'd have felt that shit. That shit was
that would
beautiful.
have been nice, but if they'd come in singing that song, I would have been pissed off. I would have been, "Ah, ah, 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 ah. I
I need the
need
rest of the catalog, B.
I need come on now, you know what I want. First album in its entirety, and then do the album before that. I'm a fan, buddy. We going way back. Pull out the songbook. You ain't just getting away with this little cute shit. Mm-mm. Nope. I want to hear you before you heard rap, and I want to hear the album after you heard rap because it is night and day.
Yo, come in and play the only song nobody here knows.
Yeah,
Song ain't out
mm-mm.
yet. You
Y'all
know
ain't
what I
doing
mean?
that. I need wake up call. Come on now, get out of here.
Yo, real talk. I bumped the album hard, B. It like, and also I don't. Every time I've brought up Maroon 5, I don't know shit about like rock music, as you know. I'm very hip hop centric,
Yes,
but I
very.
do. I
What
I
an understatement.
real talk. But I do own that album and I enjoyed it just because like it was just like yo I'm this was in the CD era
Mhm.
when that first Maroon 5 one came out, and I couldn't deny it. I was like yo, this is the sixth single that I've heard from this album that like I kind of rock with. Like I know them.
Right? Yeah.
Real talk. It was just every
I
single
now
came out.
basically like half of this record.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta buy this CD. So I bought the CD and I played it through. I like, yo, I this is kind of hard. I ride with this whole joint.
Yeah.
So like But, like, there's fans of rock music that tell me that, like, that's bad rock.
It's it's, um it's rock pop or pop
Right.
rock, right? I mean, it's very catchy. My man writes a very catchy tune,
Yeah.
right? So it is more in the pop realm than just full on rock and roll. So yes, and I mean, and it's popular. It's not like it doesn't have an indie feel or anything. It's very like this is for radio. Now that first album, literally two of those dudes, they had like a band, like I mentioned before, Carrots Flowers, that they did in high school, and they
Yeah.
put out an album. And then two of them went to NYU for college, and literally
Okay.
heard Biggie and Aaliyah for the first time,
Mind's
right?
blown.
Minds blown. They came back, they're like, "Yo, have you heard about this rap?" Like, literally, and then they make songs about Jane.
Real talk.
Yeah, someone taught him about the 2 and the 4, and now and
Mhm.
now we got Maroon 5.
Real talk.
I mean, but yeah, so it is different than just straight ahead rock. So if you're, like, talking to a rock dude, they
Yo.
no. And then also Maroon 5 just keeps putting out songs that are okay, but a little unforgettable at this point,
Right.
and they tend to have whoever the kinda hottest vocalist, female vocalist on as a duet or something. Not
Mm.
and just so it's just like, "Oh, sure, here's one with SZA, here's one with Doja, here's one with" you know what I mean? Like, back in the day,
Yeah.
okay, Christina Aguilera, here's what you know what I mean? They
They know it
yeah,
works.
he figured it out, of course.
Alright.
But
Listen, I don't care, man. I still bump that shit. Real
yeah,
talk.
but
When it
they
get
at
cold
least
outside and
I
I got
feel like they
nobody to
had
love.
people, um, on the Atlanta, they at least I feel like Big Boy came through, didn't he?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him at a Super Bowl
I feel like
halftime show.
he performed there. I mean, like, it's not going to be Outcast or anything, so but Big
Right.
Boy will for sure show up. So, don't worry about Kendrick and
Yeah.
Nolans. He's gonna have people
Real talk.
come through. I Juvie's gonna be there.
I hope so. Real I wanna
I
see
mean,
high.
like, let's calm
Yo,
down.
can we
So
do
Lil
high at the
Wayne's
Super
not
Bowl?
there, but Juvie's gonna be there, especially after the tiny desk he had.
Yeah.
Juvie's gonna be there. Like I
Yo.
think he fully understands. Like, oh, okay, he's going. to Trust me, trust me.
Yo,
That's
but real
already in the
talk.
works.
Yo, you know what would make my day actually?
Mm.
Master P, like,
You think they're gonna have? That's a very
he had this Master P's at in New Orleans could be
yeah.
a
No,
thing.
that would go over
Real
very
talk.
big.
Oh, it ain't my fault by Silk.
Okay,
There's some
maybe not.
crazy
Maybe just
songs.
the hook on that one. I don't
Yeah,
know if
yeah.
we
I don't
need.
want the verses.
We
Yeah,
don't
real
need.
talk.
We don't need Silk. We don't need Silk really out here like rapping. We already got that, and boy,
He's someone. Yo, real talk. Yo, if you know Silk, you know what? I'm gonna assume you listening. Silk, real talk. Yo, Silk, my man.
uh-huh.
Like man to man. Like now that you got perspective, you old. That shit was trash, right? Like they, you can't rap. You know that, right? Like, and it's okay. You're a smart businessman. You learned a lot from your brother. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? You saw examples of what you could do with hip hop. Admire it. You know what I mean? Good looking dude. You was the most health focused of the
You
group.
were the
You know what I
most
mean?
health focused.
Real
What
talk.
a
I saw you doing pull ups and stuff on the beach. You cool. You work out. You know what I mean? And you did make a catchy ass hook.
yeah, no,
Respect.
that was a catchy hook. I don't know how much
Yeah.
he was responsible for it. I mean, he
Yeah.
just oh, whatever,
But
but
there are
we're
some New Orleans joints that like went
yeah,
off.
for sure.
Real talk. I'd
Yeah,
hear that. Mm-mm.
yeah. I mean, I if they did just a snippet of Nola Clap, I would lose
Yo,
my mind.
I'm telling you.
I would lose my mind. That would be great.
Real talk.
Okay, it was Big Boy and Travis Scott perform at Maroon 5 in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So Juvie's gonna be there, we can count on that.
Yeah.
He's gonna come through. And then
You
there's
got
gonna
some
be
gems.
it'll be some other weird person like Harry Connick Jr. or some shit, which don't sleep on him. He's from
Word.
Nolans and
Okay.
they fucks with him. Or God forbid John Baptiste, which not God forbid, that's the worst
Yeah.
thing to say, but it may be him.
he gonna play some
Probably
weird drum
him.
shit.
Honestly,
Yeah, real
probably
talk.
him.
Yeah, he's already there.
Yeah, he's been there.
He been waiting for this moment.
Yeah,
He
he's
been
just
prepping 2
underneath the
years.
stadium just waiting. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. In other news, a egg recall linked to salmonella
Oh
outbreak
shit.
in 9 states. That's right. Has left dozens ill. Avoid these 2 brands. That's right. Eggs sold in 3 states have been recalled due to a possible salmonella contamination after dozens have gotten sick with the same strain of bacteria. Voluntary recall includes a variety of sizes and egg types supplied by Milo's Poultry Farms LLC, which were sold in Wisconsin, Illinois, and Michigan.
Okay,
Uh,
we good.
there you go. Real talk.
I
We good.
mean, I don't
Just
know,
letting the
we
listeners know.
good. I don't know.
Basically, avoid Milo's Poultry Farms and Tony's Fresh Markets. Those are the 2 brands. And the recalls are being told to happen in California, big part of our listenership over there. Be careful, y'all.
Mhm.
Colorado, Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, Minnesota, Utah, Virginia, and Wisconsin.
Oh, I feel like that's encroaching on New York. It's
Real
not,
talk. They like it's
but I feel
creeping up
it's
on it, yo.
yeah, it's moving. I feel like it's moving east.
Real talk. I felt bad, but I felt good about Cali. I was like, oh, good luck
Uh,
with that over there.
yeah,
But
right.
like
But
it
I don't
started
know. I
creeping.
mean, Virginia, that's a little too close for comfort. That's
Real talk,
below the
man.
Mason Dixon line. They
Yeah.
really spreading.
And who's designing these routes? Real yo, let's get into your logistics, my G. Real talk. None of these states is near each other. What is wrong? Like, this is why it's spreading, okay? Because y'all don't got a plan.
Oh
Y'all
my
just threw them
god.
eggs on any truck.
Uh,
You know what I mean? If you had a planned route when there's a contamination situation, you could contain it, but you can't contain it. It's in 9 random states on both sides.
on both
On
sides.
both sides.
Right.
Come on, B. Get your shit together, man.
And like north and middle, like the
Yeah.
middle band. Like
How
it's
you get Minnesota,
and
freaking
Virginia.
Virginia, and Cali? Like those, you covered the whole country. Come on.
Oh my
Real
god.
talk, man. Yo, come on, people. Yo, get your businesses right, man. Real talk. Hit me up. I ran routes. Okay. I'll plan this shit out better than
That's
that,
why
B.
that's so funny. I never would have noticed that really.
Yo, that shit
But
hurt. I was like, yo, these are the 9 states. How? You know what I mean? I can't track the driver, none of that. And then,
right.
like all these companies, they got like that little, yo, if something wrong,
Mhm.
call and tell me the
Right.
barcode. That barcode ain't helping. That shit ain't doing nothing when it's those are the states. That's crazy work.
That's true. That's
Nah,
true.
B. Uh-uh. Finally, anger over Oasis ticket prices sparks a UK review of dynamic pricing.
Okay, let's go. Come
That's
on. My
right.
2 favorite things right now, ticket price issues and the fucking Oasis reunion.
Amen.
That's all I'm fucking soaking in this. That's all I that's my life right now. Oh man, there's so many other things I should be working on, like getting healthy or something, but man, I'm
Oh
not
man.
whatever. Let's read the story and see what they got to say because
Oh, that's awesome.
it's real out here. I'm not even trying to see Oasis, but
Not at these prices.
no,
Uh,
definitely not at these prices.
oh
They
man.
are not Blur.
Oasis announced their reunion tour after more than a decade of feuding, and the band's fans were delighted. But after waiting online for hours, many of them were outraged to discover that ticket prices had soared while they were in line,
Oh
some more
shit.
than doubling from their original advertised price.
Woo.
The British government is looking into the practice of dynamic pricing, a model that allows ticket sellers to adjust the price according to real-time demand. Some Oasis tickets were listed on Ticketmaster at around $180, but when fans were finally able to purchase them, the price had been raised to more than 460. Lisa Nandy, the British culture secretary, said that it was deeply depressing for fans to have spent hours queuing online for the event of a lifetime that they thought may never happen, only for many to discover that they could not afford the tickets. There's an overhaul needed for of the regulations around ticketing. We've already announced that this autumn we'll be consulting on secondary ticketing, and how to deal with the ticket touts. As part of that, we'll look into dynamic pricing, in particular, the transparency around it, said Nancy.
That's, that's dirty. That's
Real
so
talk.
dirty. Oh my
Yo.
gosh. What are what were things here that had did that happen like, with Taylor Swift's situation and Beyonce's situation?
Yeah, they said, there's like, Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen was another one.
Mm,
His, concert in 2002 had tickets reaching $5,000 during the peak of the dynamic pricing surge.
hmm.
US regulators have also taken notice of consumer complaints about ticket prices. In May, the US Department of Justice filed a lawsuit to break up Live Nation, as we know, the conglomerate that runs Ticketmaster, saying it runs a monopoly.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Break them down into bits and pieces. Let
Real
me
talk.
give me a hammer. Let me at
Yo,
them, because I
real
got
talk.
beef. I got beef. Even when
Yeah.
they tried to, some years ago, they had like a whole class action thing, and they were like, you know what? You may have paid too much for tickets. May you think?
May?
Um, and so they were like, we'll get you back is what we'll do. And they're like, "Have you gotten any ticket from Ticketmaster or Live Nation in these years?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have for sure."
Uh-huh.
Uh, they're like, "Okay, so what we can do is we can give you tickets for shows. You'll get, based on a dollar amount or what we figured out based on your account, blah, 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 we can give you a certain amount of tickets for shows." And
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, great." And then they gave you the list of shows that you could go to with these tickets. You could not use them on any old show
Nah.
or even as credits towards tickets for any old show. They were only good for particular summertime, mostly tickets and outdoor venues. A lot of it country music or weird fest like family fest type
Right.
stuff. And I was like, "Hey, I know I paid a lot of money for various tickets. I don't think giving me a free pass to see Hootie, only Hootie, not even the Blowfish, Darius Rucker, only Hootie outside is really gonna do it." Like, cut me a check, my man. And then, like, but you could do it like at 8 shows. And I'm like, why would I travel the country to see only Hootie because you gave me free passes? Get all the way out of here. So they tried and they did it poorly,
Oh, man.
ridiculously poorly. No offense to anyone who are Hootie fans, Blowfish fans, country music fans, fans of families, whatever it is. But I'm not trying to see any of that shit.
Oh, man. If you would like
Hootie
to attend the newly announced Hootie, on the Outside tour,
on the outside.
Hootie on the Outside tour, all you gotta do is like and subscribe to the show, baby. If
Ah,
you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't understand the range of Hootie Outside. Way deeper than Hootie Inside. Okay? Real talk. He took an edible, okay?
oh,
He's
man.
feeling he's feeling at one with nature, and the songs are different now. Okay?
Yeah.
5 stars, you see the vision, okay? It's beautiful, okay? He's incorporating the families that come in the sing-alongs. They're singing all the choruses together,
Also, he's
okay?
going to sing from his one R&B, his one neo soul album
Real talk, okay?
that I always bring up. I bring up every chance I get to bring up the fact that Darius Rucker put out a neo soul album.
That's right, baby.
Is a good time. And just go out there and research it. I know I've mentioned it before. Please go out there and research it because it is weird.
Real talk. I was gonna say, like, I don't know. I was like, I can't say good. It's interesting.
It's interesting.
It's
It's a little
interesting.
weird. It's a little because you know what he sounds like, and it just doesn't. Mm. Anywho, but 5
It's out
stars.
there.
You know, you're willing to give it a listen.
That's it. And that's all we ask, okay?
You're adventurous.
It could be good. You
It
know, it
could
could be
be.
not, but you learn something for
Yes, you do learn. It is educational. If anything, it is educational.
it. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout out this week to Detroit player, Guitar Abe, and FCBLJ. Always appreciate y'all. With all that said, I am admittedly skipping this for the Maroon 5 tour, Gastor Almonte. Okay. With the attending both tours, because he's already been to
I
one.
mean, sadly, if you do a concert, I probably will come to it.
Real talk. That's all Shaw's Instagram stories. Is her at concerts.
I
Okay.
mean, start yes, absolutely, starting tonight. Starting tonight. My
Shalewa
Rocktober is
Sharpe.
getting ready to start, and it starts tonight. So every week for, I don't know, the next 6 weeks, I will have concert footage in my stories.
Shalewa Sharpe. There you go. This has been I gotta say this was a roller coaster episode. The
It
more so.
was, it
Real
was.
talk. We've been places. Okay.
Yeah.
Big. Catch y'all next time. Don't eat any cats and dogs, okay?
Please.
Real talk, please don't, okay? Catch y'all next time. Peace.